Oh
Man,
my God.
this is close. Sema, what's up?
I'm drained. I'm tired. It's been a fucking day.
Why?
It's been a day, a fucking day, a fucking day. So what's up? How are you?
Oh, I'm good. Just I've had a long day too. It's just been one of those days that I have been working hard and trying to play hard,
Mm.
and here I am. It's yeah, but I'm good. I can say I am good. Life is not bad.
That's good. Hi, hi, hi. Hi, hi, hi. Welcome to our live. And and it's funny because it's called today we're talking about burnout and I'm so fucking burnout. So how do we start this? This is our new session. How do we start this? Hello? Sambaza? Sambaza? Okay, I think we lost Sambaza. Or is it me? Hello? Can anybody see me? Can people see Sambaza? Who's here? Like, what is going on? What just happened?
All right, we're back again.
What happened?
I don't know. I
You're,
just got kicked out.
you're stressing me, you know?
No, I just
Maybe we should
got kicked
reschedule.
out. I'm
Maybe
like,
we
what did
should
I do?
reschedule this.
Nah. It's just like, hey, uh, yeah, it's just been one of those days that I have, I've been working a lot, but yeah, everybody can see us. But you've had a good day, like I did.
Just just a long one.
Oh,
I am tired.
all right. But the week has been good.
Nope, it's been a shitty week, but we're here. I'm hoping for a better week. Maybe it's because it's gonna be April, so we'll see.
Oh yeah, yeah. April is gonna be one of those months, but it's a good month. In Texas, the blue bonnets are out.
Huh?
The blue bonnets are out.
What's
You have
that?
to. There are flowers that only show up in April.
Oh,
That's in Texas, and then right about at the end of the month they just disappear, and you don't see them until April, next April. So it's just that 1 month you only get to see them.
interesting.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, so
Anyways,
Sambaza, let the people know who you are, what you
oh,
do.
my name is Sambaza with the Sambaza podcast, and I'm a diasporan podcaster. And what we do is we create content regarding, how do I say it? Regarding diasporans, African Americans, and the people back home. What my goal is to make sure we are kind of hang out. Well, you come to my podcast, I create series, and my topics usually range from anything that I find interesting. But the bottom line of the podcast is to show that everything that happens in the USA happens in Africa or in Kenya or anywhere around the world is just the same thing. So be it child discipline, be it racism, or anything I may think about doing, it will have one base thing that is we are all together. So that's what Sambaza is, and we stream all over wherever you can get your podcast.
Nice, nice, nice. How
Yeah.
many episodes do you have?
Oh man, we've done like over 100 and something episodes.
So you
I
don't
think
know,
it's close to 150.
150.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, and Paula, how many have you done so far? You like the queen of podcasting now. We talk about almost 200 plus.
I'm getting to 200.
Oh, that's a lot. Considering when you talk about podcasting, 200 episodes is not a joke. And when you work all that time, I mean, that's when you have what we're going to talk about, Podfade, or pod burnout, where you just get tired. I've had instances where I'm really tired and I just had to take a break.
And that's the thing. I didn't realize how many episodes I did with Shit Happens when I was just going live, and later on I came to find out I did 26 in February and 26 in March, and I was like, fuck, that is a lot. Like, no wonder I am just exhausted and drained, and I don't know if I'm enjoying it as like I enjoy going live, but I was losing my interest, which kind of comes out in my show. So I'm like, okay, this is a telling that I need a break. I need to step away. So I've actually decided, and it's funny because I decided to step away from social media in April, while I'm also starting two new ventures in April, which require also social media. But I just don't want to be actively as that I am, but just like I'll be popping in whether to post some shit or but like not be 24/7, because as I was running my Shit Happens, my broadcast, I was on social media 24/7 because some days I was streaming 3, 4 episodes, and then I gotta repost them and share and do this and respond to this and this. It's exhausting, overwhelming.
Yeah, you know, considering you're a DI, you do-it-yourself podcast, you're the producer, the editor, the host, and everything. I mean, when you do the 26 and you say do 4 shows, you have to do the advertising. I mean, shout outs to the people who manage podcasts. I mean, they're the ones who do the overall management of podcasts. That is a lot of work. To say that if you have somebody who just comes in to record and then you just walk out and be like, hey, you know what, I'm done, then you let other people handle it, they do the social media stuff. That is truly a lot of work. I will have to applaud them, because some things I just can't. I just have to kind of pick and choose what comes first. The first thing I take first is my recordings. Once I record and I produce and edit and master, that's it. I tell you, look, you want to listen to the episodes, go ahead, go and pick them out at the podcast itself, because it is a job. And imagine you're doing also the um, the video. Imagine I'm only doing audio and I get overwhelmed. So, hey, shout outs to what you did the last 2 months. That was a lot of work. I mean, that was a lot of work.
And
Um,
that's the thing. When I was doing my like talk shit with P, I was just recording audios, right?
mhm,
I mean, I was recording videos, but I wasn't putting my video on YouTube because of I can easily edit audio compared to video, and that's why I chose to live stream so that it goes it does part of my job
mhm.
of posting, and that's why I was like, I'll pay the $50 where it goes to 8 accounts instead of three, so it's all over there. But the thing, but the audio is missing on the RSS feed. So shout out to my girl Sonic, who actually just sent me my intro and outro for Shit Happens. It has an amazing intro and outro.
You
So
switch it up.
starting, eh?
You switch it up.
Because that shit happens, and then they talk shit with P.
Oh, wow.
So shit happens as its own intro and outro, and but the episodes are gonna go under talk shit with P, but it's gonna have their own intro. So Sonic just created the intro and outro and like a jingle for me, and starting April, I will be posting them, but I won't be promoting shit because they've already been on live. But this is for those people who don't watch videos, who aren't on live, who are not on social media. So I'll start rolling the because on Talk Shit Repeat, I haven't actually posted an episode since before Christmas. So I haven't posted any episode, but my shout out to Headliner. Once they promoted me, my episodes have been getting downloads without me going to producing any episode for the last 3 months. So these ones from Shit Happens, I'm gonna roll them in and just every week be releasing an episode of an episode, and that will make it to 200 episodes. And Alex and Filippo can finally give me my pod award for 200 episodes.
Oh, that's awesome. awesome. That's awesome. Man, I got a shout out to some people that are coming in and joining. I have Chris Woodworth. Actually, there's something interesting about Chris Woodworth. We did a podcast with him, a podcast conversation, which is supposed to be coming out very soon. I'm busy compiling it and fixing it, so it's going to be coming out soon. He has a very, very interesting story. Audio drama, you got to listen to him. He's doing good, and also Matetezi is in the online as well. They're actually good peoples, good peoples. Yeah.
Thank you for joining
Thank
us.
you.
Share, for those who are watching, share your tips down there for how to get through burnout. So, how do you get through burnout? Because I also don't want to make our lives too long. They don't need to be an hour as long as we get to the point and make it count. So, how do you personally deal with burnout, and what do you do when you go through burnout?
Oh, yeah. Well, are you asking me or asking the other people?
I'm asking you.
Ah,
And also, the other people
me.
can comment in the comments, but I'm asking you.
Ah, I think you have to take a step back. You cannot run. You cannot run everything at this. It's just like the way when you 24 hours. You cannot work for 24 hours. You have to take a break and go to sleep. Your body needs some recharging. Same goes for when you're doing your podcasting and you want to take a break. You have to take a break at some point. And it's not bad to take a break. Some people are of the mantra, no, you got to keep posting. Yes, you can keep posting, but you also have to step back for a time and then kind of look at the overview of what you've done, the body of work that you've done. Because sometimes we just keep working and working and working and working. You never look back and say, oh, you know what? I have done so many episodes. Like right now, if you ask me how many, I know I have done over 120, but you tell me to pinpoint exactly. No, I have to go back and check. Do I do that? No, but I just keep working and working and working and working. So it's to say that um, everyone needs a break. So for me, I my break is usually between June, July, and August. It's some about there right before my anniversary of my podcast. I take kind of like a quote unquote break. What I do at that time is I don't record. I just post and advertise, and that's my way of stepping back. Then I let the rest fall in place. But that's how I deal with my Podfade.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And what about you? Because I think you're dealing with pod fade right now. Is that correct?
I'm dealing with every type of fed
Burnout,
right now. Like, like
man.
a whole like it it's just everything. And I think I get excited, and I'm getting excited about these new things I'm doing, but I'm also emotionally exhausted and drained
Mhm.
that I can see it in the work that I'm doing that I should be enjoying it, but I feel like I'm forcing myself to enjoy it or and I think it's that mentality that we have, that we assume that we are supposed to constantly be in the hustle mode, right? You're constantly supposed to just hustle, 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 hustle. Hey Nancy, but it really is okay to step back. Like, the podcasting ain't going nowhere. Like, whether you go away for 2 3 months, your people are still gonna be excited when you come back. I saw in the, that's why I even said I'm taking social media break, because I saw in the content I was creating, you could tell I'm not even enjoying creating it, but it was being created because of the pressure of, oh, I need to put out content, oh, I need to fucking post, but you don't need. And shout out to Sid who reminded me, was like, social media is not putting that pressure on you. You're putting it on yourself, because nobody's telling you you have to post 24/7. Nobody's telling you you have to be online. But that's the thing, when I'm online and I see people, because I'm like, oh my God, they're constantly posting. And then I feel like, damn, I should post. So it's just pressure I'm giving myself by observing too much social media. And I just want to take a step back, and instead of wasting time on social media, to actually enjoy the behind the scenes. Like, I have rap shit with P that's coming up that I'm working on, my consulting firm. I want to bring create my community again, Life with Paula. I want to bring it back where it's going to be creativity and mental health meetup, but in-person meetups instead of online. I'm tired of things online. I want to bring the in-person support, sending
Great.
light and love. We're led to believe that being able to run yourself into the ground is not about it. Really
Right.
isn't. Asking for help, resting, even if you need to quit for a few months, because people have this thing like, oh, you're quitting, you're a quitter. Nah, sometimes it's good to quit when you know, like, listen, I've reached this place, this no longer serves me, or for now this just needs to sit there, and it is okay. Because, and I'm learning. I used to be somebody said this, and I was like, I need to be that, because I
Right.
let my cup be full and then I start pouring out. And that's why I ran over. I get drained. So now I want to fill my cup until it's overflowing. Then I start pouring into other people. So I need to take care of myself, because I am literally seeing
Amen.
myself lose myself in this process of creating, or the hustle culture, or oh shit, that person is 200 episodes and they started 2 years ago, why am I behind? But who
Yeah.
says what you are behind, right? Pushing, not quitting in this case. Yes,
Yeah.
nobody says you're behind. There's no time limit. There's nothing. So I'm learning to listen to my body and let it be observe whatever it's observing. And right now it's observing that I just need a fucking break from the entire universe of life, of content creating, of and that's why even my empowered podcasting clubhouse room, I said last Friday night was the last Friday night I'll be going for a minute. I stopped going in the morning ones. Like, I just need to do things in my own time instead of living this schedule like, oh, I need to show up this, I need to show up this, I need to do this.
Right.
I'm just not.
Right. Now, have you considered about getting help regarding the podcast, the stuff that you're working on? You know, you got three things that you're working on right now. You got Talkish with P, and then Paula Talks online, and then the other one, the consulting firm. Those are three things that you're working on. Do you think you'll need help right now?
I do, and I have amazing people. Soda has been helping Sonic. They're helping, but um, I have, but it's if talk about actual help, it
Hmm.
requires money, and
Right.
then I don't have the money.
Right.
So it's like I just have to figure how to use my resources the right way.
Yes.
So
That's
I do the barter trade, like, oh, you do this for me, I'll do this for you, or you help me this. I have a meeting about the consultation firm. It was supposed to be on Friday with one of the girls, Natalie. She actually helps businesses scales and stuff, because I
mhm.
need help figuring out my pricing and shit, because this is the first time I'm starting a consultation firm. But so I don't know how to package my prices or my packages or do anything. So of course I knew I'm gonna need help. And when I was interviewing Natalie about her business and stuff, I was like, oh shit, I need to book a time with you and see how you can direct me, and then how we can take it from there. So we're supposed to meet up on Friday, but again, I had a migraine. I canceled, and she was kind of, because she also was not feeling well, so I canceled, which I was happy. And then shout out to Podfest, which ended up extending the deadline to April 2nd. So I was like, oh shit, I
Yeah.
don't even need to submit this, because I was literally dying on Friday. So even my newsletter, which I was saying I'm gonna do first Friday of the month and last Friday of the month, I'm like, maybe let me just do first Friday of the month. I was like, listen, I'm not gonna just send something newsletter out just to say I sent it out if I am not in the mood to do it. So hopefully next Friday, which is gonna be April, the first Friday, people will get the newsletter. But I'm also in a place like, yo, it's a lot. I am doing a lot. I am one person and I'm trying to do all these things, because right now I'm like, I'm jobless. I'm broke. So what's the excuse of not building shit right now while I have the time, right?
Right.
But it's also like everything also requires money, or certain, like, there's so much you can do without money, but then eventually you need money.
Yeah, and you know what, Paula? The thing I'm scared of right now is my Podfade or pod burnout, because uh, there's some projects that are coming, right? So there are things that I've shelved them, like, okay, this is working, this is working. Like now, we had planned this thing like since January last year, actually, right? And right now is when we're getting down to it and saying, you know what, this is what we're going to be doing, and this works out fine. And we're trying something else, and well, maybe we might change the format. However, it's taken time. And then there are other projects that have come in, like we do the Wednesday show, the collaboration, and then I still have my own stuff that I'm doing that I have to come up and edit and do all the 9 yards. So there's that form that I'm trying to like move up, but still, as I'm trying to move up, I have to say, hey, you know what? Wait a minute. June is coming. I gotta figure out how I'm gonna combat June to be able to mix these things that I'm putting on to the podcast or my podcast and all these collaborations and try to make it better. I don't want to get to another situation where I'm burnt out and I'll be like, you know what? No, this ain't gonna be fun. And I hate the fact that I would get to that. I would hate to get to that point where I am saying, you know what, I can't do it. I cannot do it. This is boring. It's like a chore. I'm not there. And I love the way it is right now. And I wouldn't want to get there. So hopefully we don't and I hope other podcasters who listen don't get involved in that. You know, you have to post every week, you have to post every month. Some people just post every 3 months and they'll give you some shows, like 10 shows, you binge, you listen to them, and then after that they'll wait another 3-4 months, work on another project, and then do like that. And within those 3 months they're taking a break. So it all depends upon how you want to do your podcasting. You just have to make sure it's the way you want it to be, not how, like we're focusing on other people. As Nancy says, don't get enthralled with the fact that, hey, we got all these followers who depend on me. If they're going to be there, if your community is there, like I said, if your community is there for you, it's always going to be there for you anytime. And when you tell them, hey, I'm taking a break, they'll be like, oh, okay, not a problem. We'll see you when you come back next time. And those who are down with you.
And that's so true, because even me, when I announced, a lot of people DM me, sending me their numbers to keep in
Right.
touch, and encouraging me to take the time. And you're right, timing is everything. Just like how this was supposed to start it in December, but we didn't. Rap Shit with P. If you actually go on the Instagram, you will see a post where I was talking about starting that business on December 3rd of 2022. So I
In
was gonna
2024.
start it. Eh?
And we're in 2024.
I was gonna start it last year, but then last year I wasn't expecting to have a fire and to have to be this and to do this. So shit came that I knew I wasn't gonna be able to do that as well. But this year now I'm like, okay, maybe it is time. And I wanted it to come out in April by time of Talk Shit with P anniversary. But now I'm like, but who says it has to come out right there? I rather work slowly and make sure I am doing it right than just putting out a product just because, oh, I want it to be exact. Yes, if everything is set by April 21st, which is the anniversary, then all well and good. But otherwise, I'm in this phase right now where it's not about the going, but making sure I have um product that's worth it, like the content, it's worth it. So if I have to go to do Shit Happens Live twice a month, but as long as the conversations are incredible and inspiring
Right.
and motivating
Right.
and resourceful, then that's what it's gonna be. Like, nobody says I should be live streaming 4 or 5 episodes a day. That was me and my stupid, like, I really don't. And Shit Happens just came very fast, and I didn't know what to expect. And I wasn't expecting people would be booking as much, right? You start something and you're like, most of them have already been guests and talk shit with people who would want to come back. But then next thing I know, people are constantly booking I'm like, why didn't I set a set time? But because I'm always trying to give them the availability, but then I'm not looking into my own, like, but what about my availability? So
Mm-hmm.
I'm learning.
So,
I'm learning.
so this
I'm
was in
learning to
Calendly.
be more selfish with me and my time.
So this was, you had a Calendly doc where you at? Oh man.
I I just send the link and it's on my Insta. When I decided, because I canceled 2 shows for April when I knew like I'm not doing anything. There were 2 people who had already booked for April.
Mm,
So I sent them a message. I was like, if you wanna do it in March, that's fine. Otherwise, please we will do it when I come back. But for now, I can't do for April. But it was like, because it's on my bio. I had to close it down. But
mm,
I was sending it to people, and some other people would book last minute. Like today, I will know like, oh, I have episode tomorrow or the next day, and then the last minute booking comes, and now I gotta create the promo to post it, and then I gotta hand them for their pictures and bios, and then do social media promo, and it was just really exhausting and draining. And but then I wasn't also expecting it to, as I said, I wasn't expecting to be doing 26 episodes. Like that's not what I thought I would end up, but I'm learning. So when it does come back, I'm gonna, that's why I wanna kinda take this time, even though I won't be in front of the social media, I'll be working on shit behind the scene without the worry of social media, promoting, producing. Like I'll post whenever I want to post, I will come on whenever I wanna come on, but behind where I can prepare, so that way when I am fully back, I have things set which are gonna help me not be burned out and continue enjoying the things I'm really enjoying doing. So so
so,
I'm just
mhm.
I I feel like if you're doing everything by yourself, you need to really have a plan. Like, okay, this day we're gonna be working on marketing. This day we're gonna
Oh
be
yeah.
working on this. Otherwise, and I'm the person who doesn't have a plan, who just kinda, cause all my shit is just mixed up, and now I need to go in and mix them up and have a plan.
Nah, I think you stumbled onto something. Here's my take. You stumbled onto something. Now that you've done the 26 episodes for the last 2 months, to
52,
me, 50,
26, 26.
right. So it's 52. It's given you an experience that you've learned how to now podcast, or not to podcast. You've learned how to podcast like daily, right? You've learned how the advertising works. You've learned how to do the promos. By the way, I like the promo that you're doing for the what we're doing right now for this live, and I'm really impressed. And again, it's an experience, a learning moment that you take this particular time and let's say you are in December, you'll still figure out that there was a moment in time where you did these episodes and you learned something, which you're still going to take it, and the experience, you're still going to take that experience and move it to at that time. And maybe whatever you're doing then will be like, man, I I did this, you know, somebody else like me, I haven't done it, and I can't, that's like, I cannot share the same sentiments because that's unique.
And thank you for saying that. And I've been enjoying the live streams. They've been fun, engaging, and a lot of people who have been on my live stream will say, "Oh my God!" Most of them, it was their first live stream. Like they've been on podcast, but the pre-recorded and everything. So they're like,
Mhm.
"This is the first one." I even had shout out to Christopher, who messaged me and was like, "Whenever you need me to do live again, I really enjoy that. I'm always on." And that's why I like the live segment, but also what I've realized is I
Mhm.
like creating content, like what I did for us, so that whenever I have a new idea working on the content,
Mhm.
it's just the posting, the coming up with the captions, the posting on different social media platforms, because I got Facebook, Instagram, Threads, Twitter, uh, and then having to think about hashtags and caption. That's what I hate. But if it was just creating, I can sit and create content all day, like literally. And I have a lot of content, but because I'm also very lazy at posting it, but I'm always creating. Like I'll be in my bed sitting watching a show and I'm just creating. I find something, I'm like, I need to create this content. So I have so many content, but I just hate posting it. And sometimes I feel like, am I posting too much? Am I posting too less? Like, what is a lot? Well, so I second guess myself with my content, and it becomes draining. And as Justin said, you should do something something, for as long as it's fun, you should do it. And once it stops being fun, stop doing it, or maybe take a break so that you can find the fun back in that. Because once it starts feeling like a chore, it becomes unfun, unpleasant to do.
Yeah. So my question is, when you start having those questions, like, am I doing too much or am I doing too little? Am I satisfying my people, my community? Not my community, because the community, I look at community different than when I look at my people. I don't want to say fans, but when I look at the people who support me, right?
Shout out
When
to
you start,
Amanda.
hey Amanda, so when you ask those questions, is that the time when you realize, hey, there must be something wrong at this time? Because once you start questioning that, that is like the red flag. We call it like now the red flag of now telling you, hey, you know what, pod pod burnout is about to happen. You know.
It's funny you ask that. I think I'm a natural overthinker, right? So I overthink a lot of things that I shouldn't, and I don't know if I'm ever gonna stop that or anything. But also when it comes to content, and I realize that, and I might get crucified for saying this, but I realize that, because one, I don't have a community, right?
No, you do have a community. You have a
but
great community.
by my head, it's like, fuck everybody else. If I want to post it, I should. And that's why I think I'm more relaxed on stories, because I post a lot of shit on my stories, like, because I don't have to think about the caption or whatever. So sometimes my stories, like, when I and most
Mhm.
people assume whatever I post is something relatable to what I'm going through. No, sometimes it's either something I understand, or I know somebody out there needs to hear what is said. And so when I start questioning about my posts, that's when I know it's time to take a social media break. So before I became a podcaster, I used to when I had a personal account for Instagram, and then when I realized that, okay, now I'm oversharing so much on Instagram that my life, like, I feel like I just live to post instead to actually enjoy moments. I would shut down my social medias. Like, I would deactivate my account and go ghost for 6 months. But right now I can't do that because of the everything as
Nah,
a podcaster.
like, look. You created a whole community right now, right? That community that knows Paula, even me. If Paula, you took off and went away for even a month, like, I noticed when you don't show up in the mornings on the show, it's noticeable. Somebody even asked the other day, like, "Oh, where's Paula?" And
Eh,
for someone to ask stuff
eh,
like that, that
and it's
means that
funny.
there's something. So you cannot really.
That's the thing. These days, I can't disappear for 6 months,
Exactly.
and that's why even when I disappear, I do have to announce, because then I don't want people to be worried like, it's Paula alive, it's Paula dead. That's why I announce, and those who want to keep in touch, I told you, my inbox people started sending me their numbers. Like, I've noticed you don't have my number, in case you want to stay in touch. That way, like, okay, you're not on social media, but I will still be around. I just won't be as around. So where it used to take me an hour to respond to your DM, it might take me a whole day, or and I already suck at emails, so I don't know about that. I don't even look at my emails. But and it's something nice to know that when you're not around, people notice and they crave that. Because it's funny you say about and I had just walked into the room because I came in the last 10 minutes, and this Alexandra had just asked about me. I went and listened to the replay, but she had just asked about me. So when I entered, on the comments, because I read the comments and I saw where Chris was like, "Yeah, Paula is taking a break, whatever." And then I saw somebody say, "Oh, Paula, you're here. They were asking about you." And then what I was like, "Oh, she walks in the last 10 minutes," but it was literally the time that it was ending. But it feels good knowing that my energy is felt and everything. But then sometimes, like, in order for me to keep bringing that energy,
Mhm.
I need to refuel, right?
Right.
So right now I know I need to give myself the energy that I'm constantly giving people, because I need it right now. And when I tell you, like, people because I'm smiling and I'm laughing. People really don't take me serious when I say, yo, I'm going through it, but I really am, and I just need to step back and figure out life in general and my podcasting and my business, like what do I really want all of them to mean? Because sometimes you're just going and you lose your purpose because you're just going and you're like, why am I going? Like, what's the purpose of this? What's the end game? Like, what do I? Oh, and Natalie's here.
Hey,
That's the Natalie I was talking about, who I canceled a meeting with.
wow.
So, and herself, she wasn't feeling well on Friday. I hope you're feeling better, darling. And you see, I know Natalie. She's always smiling and stuff. And yesterday, I could tell even on her live, like you could see that she was tired. And we need to allow ourselves, like, yo, we gotta take a break. It's okay. The people can miss us for a few days. They're gonna be fine.
True. So, Paula, what I'm going to ask is, are you going to be a specimen for us? Like when you come back from this break of having chilled out, are we going to talk about, what you learned again as being outside and then coming back in, how you feel, like your mental state, as we talk about mental health and stuff like that. Are you going to be a specimen?
You gotta wait and find out if I actually come back. I might enjoy it too much, and maybe by then I'll have a job and money and just hire social media people. And I say that a lot. Like, I am that person who, as soon as I make money, the first thing I'm doing is hiring a person to deal with my social media. I do not want. I'll just have control on stories, but everything else, I am ready to find somebody to deal with my social media and for me to just.
And I'm here praying that everything is going to work out.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And now, Sambas, as we come to an
Yes.
end of this shit, we will be back again. And that's the thing. Even you remember I told you I'm taking a break, but we'll still be doing this every. So we are gonna be doing this every last Saturday of the month,
Right.
7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern, different topics. This was our first one, and we wanted to talk about burnout because this bitch is fucking burnout. And hey, my team is going to be reaching out to you. Oh my God, yes, Natalie. Oh my
There
God,
you go.
yes, 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 yes. Nice one, guys. Thank you, Zina. So and be
Oh,
sure
hi,
to reach out to us if you have
Zenith.
any specific topics that you would want us to cover. We'll be covering about every other thing, but it's Easter tomorrow for those who celebrate. Happy Easter. For those who don't, happy Sunday. But as we go, somebody leave a tip and advice for those people who like a mental health advice for the burnt out folks out there.
What I'd say is take take a break. Um, if I have some space, I would go sit in a quiet room and take like a 15-minute break. That does so well. Or, like when you're stressed out a lot, always realize, the sun will always rise in the east and set in the west. So all you need to do is just take some 15-minute break. And once you take a 15-minute break, or take a nap, actually, take a 15-minute nap and just stay quiet. That'll help you a lot. Even when you're podcasting and you take that break, that'll help you a lot because your mind will come back fresh and and ready to do some work. Because at that point when you just stay quiet, there's this you can do anything like soothing sounds, whatever, add whatever you want, but as long as you're quiet and you have that time to yourself, your mind is settled down, you come back fresh and more powerful. The human body is very, very powerful. That's my advice.
I love that. Mine will be I used to really laugh at people who went for hikes. I still won't go for hikes, but I go for walks. There's power of fresh air, and just whether it's around your neighborhood, it doesn't need to be a long walk because you will start seeing things outside which will
Amen.
enrich your creativity. Like, I'm a people watcher, so when I watch people, I start creating these stories, these ideas, but also just I know sometimes I be in my room and you're constantly working and it gets dark, it gets crowded. So when I just go out to the balcony and just breathe that fresh air and let the sun hit me, it just feels good. So go outside, go outside.
Yeah, go outside. I might be grilling too tomorrow. Who knows?
Oh my
It's just,
God, don't
it
tell me
comes.
that. I want food. This
All
is the
right.
only time I miss being home for holidays because Easter is a big thing back home right now. People are like, I know I'll be getting family
And
pictures and shit tomorrow, and I'm just like, leave me alone. But Natalie, thank you for the great news. Everybody who joined us, thank you for hanging out with us. Remember, as I said, every last Saturday of the month, 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern. Today was Burnout. Come find out what our next topic will be. If you have topic ideas, bring
hey,
them on and go on the comments. And if you have tips for burnout, stories, share advice, whatever, go in the comments and leave them. Until next time, be safe out there, y'all.
all right, Paul.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah.